to the banks of the River Tyne. There's lights that burn so brightly, in the northeast sky they shine, from the place that Geordies worship, where legends wear number 9. You can travel right round the world, even meet the Pope in Rome, but nothing beats the feeling of when you come back here to home. No matter how life changes, we'll never be far apart. The northeast always home, and it's always in your heart. Take me home to the banks of the River Tyne. Take me home to the place that I call mine.
Good evening, welcome to It's All Black and White TV. Yes, come on, we've done it. You know, what a foursome performance tonight there.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Brilliant. Before we get into the reaction, if you like what you see, then please smash the like. It really does help the channel up with search results, so smash those likes. Thank you very much. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, then hit the subscribe. Free to do so, helps the channel grow. Bell notification tells when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. Currently on 514 subscribers, so only 36 away now from hitting 550. Absolutely fantastic. Be Viking straight in with a comment. He says 4-1, get in. Ref was useless, should have had a pen, but job done. Lee says, get in, Tony and Rolly. Come on, the mighty Toon Army. Absolutely, Lee. And Ian says, evening, Tony and Rolly. Great result. Champions League, here we come. Do you know what? It's not far away now, is it? Not far away. I mean, the thing is, we've got the job done. We've got the job done. I mean, what an absolute performance. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough. I did say this would be tough. Didn't think it would be easy. First half, Everton were going at us, but I knew they couldn't keep that pace up for the whole game. And it took until Callum Wilson got a goal, and even then they had a goal which was ruled out, rightly so, because it was offside by his shoulder. But, you know, they made it tough for us in that first half, and it was how we were going to overcome that, because second half, how do we react to second half? Well, the way we react in the second half is Eddie Howe has a chat with him at half time, and we come out a totally different team. We came out on the front foot. We came out full of it to go for the team, to go for the win. And by God, didn't we win that game? I mean, Joe Linton, again, you know, what an absolute fan. You know, Joe Linton's just becoming better and better and better all the time. I mean, you know, you look at this and you think, well, where's this player been? But the difference is because our former managers were playing Joe Linton in the wrong position, which is proven. It's proven well and truly now that he was played in the wrong position. Because look, now he's playing in this midfield position. He's getting more goals now from midfield, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, and it's just, I mean, it's just one of those, you know, one of those games. I mean, what an assist from Willock as well for the Joe Linton goal. Willock is just getting better and better and better every game you watch him now. And I tell you now, if Willock doesn't get in that England team, I'll be very, very surprised. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and then obviously after that, then Callum Wilson gets a goal. A couple of minutes after they score from a corner, a bit of a freak goal, I thought, from Dwight McNeil. It went straight over everybody in the net. And I kind of thought, 3-1. It deflates you a little bit when they score, and then you think, oh, right, okay. But then within a couple of minutes, we're back in front again, you know, and by 4-1. And, you know, it's just brilliant. I mean, you know, Jacob Murphy, I mean, what about that run from Isak, the way he just slalomed past everybody? I mean, what a way that was. I mean, Isak is looking a brilliant player now, and he's getting better and better. And I'm just thinking, after a full pre-season under Eddie Howe, Isak next season, he's going to be a different class altogether. He's going to be a class above. And, you know, I had an Arsenal fan who I've been on his channel before, and he messaged me and he said, I'll tell you what, he says, what a player you have got in Isak. And this was before Isak even came on tonight. This was at half time, you know. And so it just shows you that there is people out there who can see how good Isak is. Um, you know, um, I'm just going to go to some more comments. I'll come to you, Rolly. I mean, Buzz and Isak would have played a fantastic skill, absolutely. Lee. Look, good evening to you. He says, up the mighty tune. Job done, night. Tonight, never seen the ground empty so quick. Was there a fire drill in the home end? Yeah, I know. I was just amazed. Alan says, just too good for Everton. What a performance. Yes, J7, Bruno, superb, absolutely. Gary D says, Everton 1, Newcastle 4. Get in, yes, absolutely, Gary. Isak the next Henri, says Paul. Do you know what? He's not far off, is he? And Lewis says, Isak is on football porn assist. I mean, it's just,
dear.
I mean, we just absolutely rolled over Everton tonight. Okay, the first half was a very cagey, tough first half, but the second half we turned the style on, and we were worthy winners. And at least this time round, there's been no assist from Harry Potter this time around. We've managed to get the job done before he got on the pitch, so I don't know where he ended up, but and I mean, we've done some changes around, and but I think the change of the substitute of the night from Eddie Howe was for this fella. And I thought when Gordon came on, I thought he made some good runs. He was trying to get a goal. You could tell Gordon was one of the score sheet. But if he'd scored, would he have celebrated? That's a difference. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
After the way he treated him, I hope he'd celebrate. But,
Alan says, after a recon that performance will get all the headlines. Mute them saying how bad Spurs were. Absolutely. That's what he reckons. Lewis says, we actually effing won in the Saudi kit. Yeah, we did, Lewis. Absolutely. Lee says, get the thumbs up, everyone. Get in there. Yeah, get the thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Luke says, showed our class in the second half. Had to raid a storm to start with. Absolutely, look, we had to raid the storm, but that's the thing. Eddie Howe wanted us to be robust. And sometimes you've got to raid the storm out, and that's exactly what we did. In the second half, they were steamrolled. Exactly. And Luke says, love that smell from Gordon when he come on. Absolutely. I mean, Ollie, give us your take on the match.
Well, Everton came out like I thought there with lots of niggly fouls, leaving the foot in, and the ref gave us no protection, gave us nothing. We got the goal to again, it's having a striker in form. And a goal poacher like Winston gets us in the lead. Calvert-Lewin's offside just before half-time, which was fortunate, but he was offside. In the second half, it blew him away. Disappointed in a couple of things. Disappointed with not getting the clean sheet. But the ref was awful. I mean, how we didn't get a penalty for that challenge on Sean Longstaff. I don't understand that, because that was a penalty, clear as day. And VAR checked it and didn't give it. I can understand that.
I don't understand that either.
He's late and wiped him out. Well, that's VAR for you. But the goals, second half, I mean, Willett was superb. Lovely run down the left. Beautiful cross in for J7 to head in. I think he wants to get on to 10 goals as well this season. So we have 4 players on 10 goals. Then Wilson curling that beautiful one into the corner. If Pickford had longer arms, he might have got to that. And then Isak, God. As the comment said, that's football assist porn. That was just superb. Lionel Messi would have been pleased with that. The way that he beat all the players. Such a nonchalant flick for Murphy to just tap in. And the bit I like best from that goal was the celebration when they're all running around. And you've got Jacob Murphy like that, pointing at Isak. I thought that was brilliant. It was just so good. And then it's just unfortunate that Charles' goal was disallowed.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah. Byrne was offside, but the Everton cleared the ball. And it wasn't straight away that the shot came in, but I suppose it did go to. Yeah, I can see why they ruled it out, but it's a bit hot. Well, it would have been a great goal. And say we could have been. Murphy missed a good chance as well. Tarkowski cleared off the line. It could have been a lot more. But I thought Andre Mariner was shocking.
He's a terrible referee.
I mean, he just all those little bust ups at the end of the second half was because he let everything go in the first half. Kicking Bruno and J7. The other thing that they're doing is when one of our guys was going up for the ball, they're sticking their ass out and backing into them so that they go over. That's really dangerous. And it's the sort of thing that I know in rugby, if you do something like that, you get that's a red card. It's and I know you've got to jostle for position, but you've got to be at least trying to challenge for the ball, not just taking the legs away from under the player, because it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
But one of my favourite bits of the game was seeing them streaming out in all the empty seats.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant, that, wasn't it? I mean, you know, the way they were just streaming out the, you know, I mean, I just can't put into it. I mean, it's great because we've gone down there, we've won the game, we've got the 3 points, and I'll tell you what, Southampton will not look forward to come to St James's Park on Sunday afternoon.
They got beat again as well, Southampton.
Yeah, and they got beat off Bournemouth.
So Bournemouth, I'd say Bournemouth are safe. They're on 36 points.
Yeah, Southampton had an 89th minute equaliser ruled out by VAR for offside. So, and Bournemouth's last game of the season's against Everton.
And the other good thing is that Spurs got a late equaliser against Man U. So
Son.
3-2. So we're third. And I know I'm dreaming, but with the form that we're in, the form that Arsenal are in, Arsenal come to play us. Is there a chance we could catch them? I don't think there are enough games, but you never know because Arsenal picked up 2 points in the last 3 games, and and 2 of them you'd expect them to win. Mm-hmm. So is the bottle job coming in for Arsenal? And if we carry on like this, we've got a chance. It's only a slim chance, but we've still got a chance of catching them. I mean, we're 8 points. Oh, let me get the tables up. We're 9 points ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah,
and I think we're 8 points ahead of Spurs and Villa. Spurs and Villa can only get to 69 points. Liverpool can get to 71. So that's with them all winning every game. I think Villa have got to play Liverpool. So a draw would be nice there.
Yes.
So about 69 points should do it for Champions League. And I hope Man United will drop a few more points. They've got a game in hand. So hopefully they'll lose or draw that. So we can finish third and go straight into the group stage.
Because everybody likes to see this. So there you go. There's a pic of the team in the dressing room after the game. There you go.
That's a class one, that.
There you go. So there's the team pick. Yeah, Botman's on the floor there, isn't he? And
looks like he's got a bottle of Bruin in his hand.
It's a bottle of water.
Yeah, I know that, but
yeah.
But I mean, I thought the second half we were superb. It's almost like we thought, right, these guys are just trying to kick us to pieces. So let's just play for them and just bamboozle them because they're not good.
Yeah.
Our finishing has been clinical. It's 10 goals in the last 2 games. That's 15 in the last 4. I just want the clean sheets to come back now. That's all I want now. It's the clean sheets to come back.
Had we kept a clean sheet tonight, then Pope would have been level on clean sheets with De Gea, because De Gea has conceded tonight. So, but we got a chance to keep another clean sheet on Sunday. And do you know what? I think we could take Southampton apart on Sunday. I really do. And I reckon Isak will start on Sunday and Wilson be on the bench. You can read it now how it's going to work.
I think Murphy will start as well. Because Miggy, though he tried, you can tell he's not played much football.
No, he was not fully fit yet, is he? Yeah. That's the thing.
It's not got that much sharpness because in the first half we were very sloppy with the passing. Again, we're giving it away a lot. But again, they were as well, so that didn't happen. But I think part of that was the way they were trying to manhandle us and throw us off our game. Once we got into the lead, we settled down, and they were always going to struggle because they're pretty powder puff up front.
Yeah,
everything they had was pretty tame at Nick Pope. I mean, the one they did was a bit of a weird one because it went direct in from the corner.
Yeah,
which is unusual, but I mean, we just tore them apart in the second half. I'd say they're lucky.
Jordan's on 6 goals this season.
I think it's 7 all competitions, isn't it?
In all competitions, yeah, but in the Premier League, he's got 6.
6, yeah. Yeah, so he's still got time to get up to 10.
Absolutely.
And the way we're playing at the moment, he's going to get every chance to get some more goals.
Yeah, Callum's on 13.
Yeah, I think that crossfield ball from Shard to Joe Linton wasn't really on because Everton defended quite deep.
Yeah,
but I think I think Joe Willock's deceptively quick. Because he doesn't look like he's that quick. And then you think, well, he's leaving peak players in his wake. And he's getting really good balls into dangerous areas. Obviously, his ball in for Joe Linton's goal was superb. But he's got that consistency now where he's actually going past players. He's very unlucky not to score. It was a really good save by T-Rex. I was gutted with that because I thought that was going in.
That would have been a great goal.
Yeah. But I mean, the first half wasn't great, but we weathered the storm, which we always knew there was going to be. And then obviously got the goal, got in ahead at half time, and then they never really looked threatening. I mean, that goal came as a surprise, but we just tore them apart. They just couldn't handle. They couldn't handle us. I just thought the second half performance was superb all round. I hope Longstaff isn't too badly injured because they were clattering him.
But, no, they were, weren't they?
Yeah. And so it was surprising it took so long for Guy to get booked because they're just dirty.
Joe Willock's got 6 this season.
Sorry?
Joe Willock has got 6 assists this season.
It just needs to add a few more goals. A couple more goals would be good.
Do you think Arsenal now look back at Joe Willock and think they should have kept him?
You would have thought so. Well, they have got a very good midfield themselves, but the way he's playing at the moment is playing as well as any English midfielder in the country, and
Yeah.
better than most. I just love the way that he drives the ball and when he's into the opposition's defence, the way he just drives down towards the byline and he's just got that skill and picking out people. It's just great.
I'm just going to jump into some comments, Rolly, and we'll catch up on some of these comments. Mason says it'll be a good away day at Everton for the new ground with Swansea. Yeah, it will be, won't it? I'm sure Plymouth will enjoy going there as well because they'll be just about promoted. Lewis says we are going to actually qualify for the Champions League. I can't believe I'm saying that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Alan says, I thought Howe made Rafter subs at the right time. 10 out of 10 for tactics. Absolutely. Eddie Howe knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Lewis says, VAR, check the cameras in the wrong bloody place. Bloody typical. Yeah, absolutely, Lewis. Right sub, says Alan. Foxy says, another poor first half. 5 in a row now. Second half, we seem to up it a couple extra levels. Some great goals. Absolutely, Foxy. Main thing is we're picking up the points.
Yeah.
Big up, wow, says Brian. Absolutely, Brian. Big up to you, mate. Hi, Tony and Rolly, says Trolls. He says, get in. Patrick says, our fans had an inflatable T-Rex. Excellent. I'm glad about that. That was brilliant. Matt says, hi, Tony and Rolly. Fantastic win at work. Yeah, can't wait to get home and watch the replay. Yeah, I bet you'll enjoy it. The first half, not so great, mate, but the second half, definitely enjoy the second half, that's for sure.
Yeah, especially as that's assist for Murphy.
Yeah. Foxy says, Pickford's save from Willock's volley was amazing. He had no chance really with the goals. No, he didn't.
Nah.
Lewis says, Everton fans must think they're going to the Championship. I think they are. They're resigned to it now.
Yeah.
Ian says, yes, that draw would have just capped off a great night. It has, Ian. Absolutely, mate. We emptied out West Ham, Spurs, and now Everton says, yeah, we've got a good result. We're good at this, aren't we? Eddie Howe's going to see managers off and saying bye.
I mean, now they all they do for the fire drills is says, "Oh, Newcastle are playing, so everybody's leaving."
Man United and Spuds drawn, and that's perfect result for Champions League qualification. It is absolutely, and it puts us 2 points ahead of Man United.
Well, Man United do have a game in hand.
Yeah, but they've got to win that though.
Yeah, I know. This is a point of the season where it's better to have the points in the bag than the games in hand.
Yeah. Not tonight, Gordon, but I will do after Southampton's game, though. Definitely, mate, on Sunday. Ian says, talk sport or even talking us up now. Yeah, got to, haven't they? People have got to start talking about us.
They can't avoid it because we've just been so good.
I'm still in shock, says Trolls. Class 4 to get in, says Lee, absolutely. Ian says he's still in shock. Yeah, great result, though, Ian, isn't it?
The thing is, you shouldn't be in shock because this is the level that we play at.
Murphy nearly got a second. He should have buried it.
Yeah.
Should have buried it. Alan says, I think we will finish the season unbeaten. Do you know what, Alan? You're not far wrong, mate. I think we will. I tell you what, I think we can go to Ellen Road and smash Leeds because everybody's going around smashing Leeds at the minute. I mean, yeah, they got a draw with Leicester, but
I think we'll beat Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I think we can do.
It's going to be interesting.
I think we'll beat Southampton 10-0. Imagine that. There will be no Southampton fans left in the stadium. Lewis, if we beat Southampton 10-0, mate, that'll be a record in the Premier League. And, well, they've had a few 9-0, haven't they, Southampton? So they've had, I think, they've had 2 off Leicester. But I know they've had a few, that's for sure. Troll says we have scored 32 plus on goal difference and scored 58. Exactly. Look at the goal scoring this season. Where's it come from? Do you know what I mean?
It's come from all over the field.
Yeah.
That's
Big up legends. Did I tell you how much I love Isak? Yes, I'm sure you have done. And I tell you what a player he is. And he says, Isak just retired Dyche ball, and that Everton defence straight down the Championship where they belong. And then he's put a picture up with T-Rexes. The good old T-Rexes are making an appearance. Although you can have that T-Rex as well if you want. There we go. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. It's great. We're just buzzing now as fans. Our read lad, says Andrew. Yeah, our read mate. How are you, the lads? Absolutely, Andrew. Stephen, good evening to you. He says, good result. We showed we can battle as well and needed to against these foul and skip rats. The ref was shite, but it's kind of magic, Isak. Yeah, absolutely. I see where you come from, mate. We had to beat them tonight. These are the games you have to win.
Yeah.
Everton is a tough place to go to. Well, not lying about that. It's the home form last season that kept them up.
Yeah.
EK, that ref needs his licence stripped from him big time. Do you know what it is, EK? Andre Mariner. I hate that referee. I'll never forgive him for what he did for us against Liverpool when he played that extra minute and a half when he didn't need to. And as soon as Liverpool scored, he blew the whistle. He's an absolute twat. That's what he is. He's a twat.
Oh, come on, Tony. Tell us what you think. Don't beat around the bush.
No, I'm not beating around the bush.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I know.
everybody is. Lewis says he's only got little arms. He's only got little arms and he can't touch a crossbar. Lewis says we need to get Spanish and French referees in the Premier League because the English ones are dog shit. They are. They're terrible.
Yeah.
BS says Willock's now worth 70 million. Arsenal's definitely messed up there.
Yeah, I think that.
Off topic, Nico Williams has suffered a broken jaw. Yeah, he went down last night, didn't he? He was down
good
for
that
ages.
it's just a broken jaw because it looks a lot worse.
He's out for the rest of the season. He's not a bad player, him either, Nico Williams. He's quite pacey. AK, Pickford, a £30 million T-Rex from Jurassic Park, aka Stadium of Shite. Jules, will the pundits still see how bad Everton played, or will they speak the truth? Well, they'll have to speak the truth that we played better.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Lee says, should be using VAR on the refs, absolutely. Gordon says, 7 points and we're in the Champions League. Gordon, I think if we beat Southampton on Sunday, mate, I think we're Champions League. I think we are. I think 68 points does it really, but
when Liverpool plays Spurs on Sunday.
Yeah, which is a huge game.
Actually, a Spurs win would be good for us because that will mean that Liverpool can only get 68. 68 points. We'll still be. I think Spurs can get 79. If we beat Southampton, we'll be 4 points away from Champions League.
Yeah. Billy, good evening to you, Billy. Hope you're well, mate.
Hi, Billy.
He says, Pele offspring for £63 million seems pretty cheap to me. Do you know what it is? I mean,
yeah.
Oh,
God, that guy is so good.
What a player. What a player he is. And do you know what? He had that injury, yes. And, but do you know what? He's come back and he's looked even stronger now. And it's just absolutely great to see this guy he's just hitting form now at the right time. And as I said, once he's had a full pre-season, it's going to be frightening to see what he can actually achieve next season.
And he's got, apart from Erling Haaland, he's got the best goals per minute ratio by a long way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably gone up a little bit now because he only played, was it, half an hour. Going into the game, it's a goal every 97 minutes.
Yeah. AK says, we get Champions League, I'm going on the lash for the whole summer.
Oh, I'm praying for your liver.
Yeah. Ashington says, we managed a 4-1. Shimbo Shaw's offside goal. It was mint. It was, absolutely. Billy says, I don't disagree with Foxy often, but Did he just say we had 5 poor first half performances on the trot? I don't think Sunday was a first half performance. No, Sunday wasn't a poor first half performance. That was
No, it
devastating. That was devastating. 5 goals in 21 minutes, and your watch along, Billy, absolutely
Yeah.
quality, mate. Absolutely
It's
quality.
superb.
Loved it, mate. And I did give Toon Review a mention tonight to see you were doing a watch along.
Yeah, Paul's watch along tonight was good. I listened to that rather than
Yeah.
E.T.'s commentary.
Ashton says we got 4 more games at home as well. Sounds promising if the lads keep it up.
Yeah, of course,
absolutely. Evening all, says Billy. EK says these lads have the taste of Champions League in their veins. Well,
Yeah.
it's like when Trippier was asked a few weeks ago, what about the Champions League? He says, well, yeah, why can't we be in the Champions League? Why can't we talk about it?
Yeah.
You know?
We're not scared to talk about it. And we're playing well enough to actually secure it in the next couple of games. If we beat
the best English manager. Yes, he has. Another points, I think.
I think if we beat Southampton on Sunday and then beat Arsenal when they come up to us, I think that's the weekend after. I think that'll secure us Champions League.
Yeah. I shouldn't say that ref seemed to be blind most of Evans' dirty play. He seemed to be, didn't he?
Yeah.
Foxy says, no, he meant 5 first half away games have been poor. Ah, right, okay. Troll says, was that Pickford warm enough for the game tonight, Tony? Yes, I've got a big head and little arms. EK says, Southgate needs to wake up and replace Pickford with Pope as soon as possible. Absolutely. Billy says, the media bias even spreads abroad. I had a Yank stream with Leon Osman as commentator. Oh, God. You couldn't get more biased than Leon Osman. Lewis says, I've just checked Newcastle United's biggest ever win, 13-0. If we can match that, we'll get better, but even be better. I don't think we'll get a 13-0. I think that was Newport County, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But if we beat Southampton, say 10-0, it'll be a record in the Premier League. So there you go.
It's quite good, the fact that now we're thinking, if we could put 10 past Southampton, because when you look at the game on Sunday, we could have got that many against Spurs, especially if we put our mind to it in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Southampton have gone.
Yeah,
yes,
I've got 32 watching, so please smash those likes, people. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. Alan says, had 4 quality players this team and some team next season. You're absolutely right. Ashton says that was one of the worst refs I've seen. He's a terrible referee, Andre Mariner. Stephen says, Leeds played for a draw at St James's, but they have to come out against us to survive and we'll beat them. Yeah, they do. They have to play, won't they? Because they can't just put 10 behind the ball. Billy says, I thought you meant that, Foxy, with a safety wink. Andrew talking to Billy. Ashton says, speaking of VAR, Liverpool's basketball playing in the box and still no penalty.
Yeah. Terrible.
Alan says, what would you say Isak's worth now? Oh, Alan, I don't know. I mean, geez, Alan. I would say we've gone for 58 plus 5 million in add-ons. So I would say at the moment he's probably worth around the 85 million mark.
Well, it's priceless because it's not for sale.
Yeah, exactly. He's not for sale at any price. But I would say 85 million probably at least. But I don't want to put a price on him because I don't think as Rolly says, he's priceless. Andrew says, I'm buzzing after that. I want sleep tonight. You won't sleep tonight, will you? Billy says, Godfrey at right back, even worse than his granddad's private Godfrey from Dad's Army. Oh, Ben Godfrey's not that great at all, is he? He's championship, isn't he? Will Everton fans demand their money for tickets back? They'll probably demand free food next game. Ashton says, unlucky for other teams after we beat Tottenham 6-1 means they will be trying harder now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen says, welcome to the Temple of Plate. Everton Google Maps a recommendation.
Oh, that's one thing I'm looking forward to. I really hope Everton go down so I can send a map England and Wales to all my blue fans, just marking up all the lovely places I'll be going to next season, like Barnsley and Cardiff.
Yeah. We're not reading the next comment because it's in caps. Plus, I don't know. You must be a fan of somebody else. Lee says, Isak next season will be outstanding. Yes, he will. EK says, what happened to Murphy? Did we swap him for a doppelganger or something because he's been top class this season? He's been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? Again, it's the Eddie Howe effect, isn't it? Lewis says, Isak next season, Premier League Golden Boot winner, hopefully. Yeah, let's hope. Because I don't think Haaland will be.
He'll give Haaland.
Haaland won't stay. Yeah, he won't stay at Man City too long. He'll be off to Madrid. Trolls says 16 matches, 10 goals for Isak, just amazing, absolutely. And Mason saying no capitals, please. Lewis says, why do you want her out? We don't know, Lewis. Ashton says, didn't like that tackle. I hurt Trippier's knee. No, it was a terrible challenge, wasn't it?
I mean, there are lots of terrible challenges going in. And the referee, it's almost like he'd lost his yellow card.
Yeah. Kate says, hi lads, getting there tonight. Tell me, Mammy, I won't be home for tea. We're going to Italy, from Kate and Jonathan. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, do you know what? We're nailed on for a European place. We are almost there for Champions League. Almost. Billy says, should have had a penalty too. The Longstaff one, Stonewaller. Absolutely, Billy.
Absolutely.
Don't know what went on there with VAR. No doubt there'll be another apology coming from Howard Webb.
Well, there won't be because we won the game.
Yeah. Ashton says our goal difference isn't looking too shabby at the minute. No, it's not, Ashton. Yeah. We're smashing it, aren't we? Ashton says 10 goals now. Last 2 games, not bad either. No, it's not. If somebody said to me last week, we'll score 10 goals in 2 games, I would have laughed at them.
Apparently we scored 17 in the last 5.
EK says if the Macca's ever come back to the Premier League, we'll slap them 13 nil easily. Good to see Callum back to his very best too, says Billy. Yeah. Absolutely, Billy. He's getting back to his best and it's absolutely brilliant, isn't it?
He's been saying that he's been loving the competition with Isak. So they're obviously pushing it. Right, he's not happy that it's not starting, but he's loving the competition. As I say, iron sharpens iron. So you've got 2 guys on form. It doesn't matter who you play, one of them's going to score.
Steven says, I know we play Southampton next, but geez, I would pimp the wife to Arsenal. Oh, gosh. He says, you can't put a price of Isak. He's that damn good. Yes, he is. Everton might even get deducted points yet. Well, yeah, they could do.
Yeah.
Paul says, I see Villa CEO is getting bitter in Newcastle from what's just come out on Sky Sports News. I've not seen it, Paul. What's been said, mate? Let us know in the chat. Joel says, what's that, Paul? Yeah. Day trip to Gillingham for the Toffees, says EK. Not quite, because Gillingham's League 2, unfortunately. But they might have to go to Plymouth next season, so that'll be nice. Go to home park, won't it? He does have a twin, says Brian. Alan says, got form at the right time. Goals, lots of different scorers. Club still got the buzz. Not for sale. 100 million, Isak. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ashton says the ref only found his yellow for us.
Did we have any
one of this?
I didn't think. Did we have anyone booked?
Yes, we did. But he booked. Who did he book? Target for the foul on Calvert-Lewin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the only one who was booked for us, but Everton had Onana booked and Robbie booked for that challenge on Bruno.
Yeah, but I mean they were awful.
Paul says that the Premier League should investigate the ownership. Oh, God's sake. Another one who just needs to pipe down just because Villa's have nosebleed and they're in the European places. Kate says, sorry lads, what's your names? We did not catch it. Tony and Rolly. On the screen, there you go, Kate. Thank you. Ashton says, chuffed for Murphy scoring again. Absolutely, he's on fire, isn't he? Salty Villains says, Andrew, they are. Absolutely. Tony and Rolly, Kate says, trolls. Lewis says, at the minute, Premier League is a bit of a piss for us at the minute. Just looks easy because we're just playing some great football. That's why it looks so easy. Alexander Isak worth at least 300 million, says Lewis. How many games do Everton need to win to stay up now? Would you love to see them in the Championship? Also found it hilarious when most of them walked out after 3. The thing is, Ashton, I mean, Everton, right? They're in a dire straits. I mean, yes, they're only 2 points away from safety, so technically one win would take them out of there.
Yeah,
but Forest just picked up form at the right time. I mean, Forest have got to go to Brentford Saturday, but then I think the following weekend they've got Southampton at home. So Forest, if they went to Brentford and got a point, and then go and beat Southampton at home, that puts Forest on 34 points. That puts them 6 ahead of Everton. Everton's then got to win 2 games, and where are they going to get them 2 wins? Final day of the season, it's Bournemouth Everton. That is hard.
I mean, Everton's remaining fixtures, they go away at Leicester on Monday, then they're away at Brighton, home to Man City, away to Wolves, home to Bournemouth. You think where they're going to find a win in that lot?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at Forest, they've
got any points.
I mean, Forest have got Brentford away Saturday, following Monday, which is a bank holiday, the 8th of May, because of the coronation. They've got Southampton at home. They then go away to Chelsea. They've then got Arsenal at home, and then they've got Palace away. Out of that, I can see Forest staying up because I can say they're beating Southampton because they'll have to.
I think I can see them getting something at Chelsea because Chelsea are right.
Yeah. They could get something at Palace last game of the season.
If they need it, they could, yeah.
But, don't look great, does it, for Everton?
Oh, blast.
Target. Yeah, Billy says Target. David says, I'm so happy. What a great time to be a Toon fan. And thank you, Everton, for giving us the leg in up into the Champions League. I thought you were out in Dex, says Andrew. Funny, Andrew, funny.
Easy mistake to make.
Although I used to live just about literally 2 minutes from Dick's mum and dad in Cruthers Park. So there you go. And I used to know when Dick was coming home because I see all the girls standing outside waiting for him. And I'll tell you what, they are 2 great lads out on Dick. They are the most down-to-earth lads you will ever meet. I've spotted them many a time. I've spotted Dick more than I have with Anne, but I've seen Anne a few times. But they are both down-to-earth lads. Yes, they've got all the fortune and the fame, but it hasn't gone to their heads. And that is absolutely brilliant. Ashton says, Villa's got gifted some games, so piped up. Yeah, absolutely. Lewis says, everyone hates Newcastle because of the takeover. Get over it. It's done. End of. Everyone get a life. Absolutely, Lewis. It's done. They're just being salty over it. Stephen says, can we expect bids for our top players in summer? I don't think they will go. I think Bruno's already said he's not interested in going anywhere at all. He wants to stay here.
The club has said that they're not interested in any bids for Isak, Bruno and Botman.
Yeah.
So they'll be turned down.
Kate says,
Bruno in the middle, Botman at the back, Isak in the attack. We're going to win the Premier League.
T-Rex Pickford should have been given the yellow card. He should have for that shove on Sean Longstaff to try and shove him off the field.
The ref was atrocious.
teams in the Premier League are scared of the juggernaut. We will become so. All I can say is let them hate our ownership. We'll just smile and wave. Do you know what it is? I said this before the takeover happened. I said once that takeover happens, we'll start to break that big six up, and we've already started.
So I just want to just correct EK. It's not what the juggernaut we will become. It's the juggernaut we have become. Because we're look how good we are, and we haven't really even started to splash the cash.
Yeah. Ashton says, does Forest beat Brighton give you hope for that game? Find Brighton a tough one for me. I mean, I think Forest played Brighton probably at the right time.
Yeah.
Because Brighton had just come off that 2-hour game against Man United, plus the penalties. And then losing the way they did, I think the players were probably still tired in their minds. So it probably tiredness crept in, and I think Forest got that win. But
the other thing, Ashington, is that the way we're playing at the moment, I don't fear anyone.
No, I don't either. I think we could roll Brighton over, to be honest with you.
And it's at St.
Lewis
James's
says, on the King's coronation, Man City against Leeds is live on Sky Sports 3 o'clock kickoff. Wow.
Ah.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, I won't be watching that because I'll be watching the coronation.
Well, the coronation's in the morning.
I'll still be watching.
About 11 o'clock.
Is it? Okay.
People will probably be getting drunk in the afternoon, having parties probably.
Yeah.
Ashton says, I fancy our chance against Chelsea away too, looking at how they've been playing. Do you know what? The way Chelsea are playing, we could go there and beat them 4-0.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't be a shock.
They're total shambles at the moment.
They have give special permission to show the game. Yeah. Because it's a UEFA rule, isn't it? Andrew says, thought that was my house, Tony. What was your house? Jan says, have to feel sorry for Southampton next weekend.
No, I don't. I don't feel sorry for
them.
I'll feel even less sorry for them if we give them a good tonking.
Anton Deck will be loving life, being Toon supporters, absolutely.
We all are.
At the minute, sorry for my language, says don't worry about that, Lewis. It's after that watershed, mate. You're all right. Ashton says they keep wanting us to investigate. It's the officials that need investigating for the clear bias against us and towards certain teams. Man U, Liverpool come to mind, absolutely.
The thing about it is they're trying their worst, and we're just so good that it doesn't make any difference.
David says Jason Cundy on TalkSports just called us monsters in a good way. Finally, lots of praise for how, absolutely, and well deserved. Alan says no way they'll sell any top players this season or next. No, not at all. We're not a selling club now. Anyone else think Arsenal have bottled it? I think City win the title. Yeah. I said if Arsenal get beat off City, City win the title. And
I must admit, I thought that City would win the title when Arsenal let Liverpool back from 2-0 down.
Foxy Joe Pedro's on his way to Brighton. Interesting. Is that a done deal for the summer? Is it, Foxy?
No, it can't be. It can't be done because they can't do the deals till the end of the season.
Well, you can do stuff behind closed doors. You can make arrangements, a gentleman agreement, and then there's someone to sign them.
Yeah, you can.
You can talk. You can.
You're not supposed to.
You can, but you can't sign them. They can't sign a contract until the end of the season, until the window opens. Gary says, fear is a thing of the past, Rawley.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that has fear is everyone that's coming to play us.
Mike says Isak has to be assist of the season of the decade. Do you know what it is? What a goal that was. And I mean, the way he just slalom past all them Everton players, absolutely fantastic.
The thing about it is we're saying that more and more because on Sunday we're saying that about Willock's pass to Isak. I'm saying that was the assist of the season. We're just trying to do each other.
Andrew says, because you said all the women were waiting outside the house, lol. Funny, Andrew.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You wish, Andrew. You wish, mate. You wish. But it's all right, mate. You can have that dream. You have that little thought in your head, mate. You know I'm only joking, mate. Foxy says Pedro will fit into the Brighton squad perfectly, to be fair. Yeah, he would do. I don't feel sorry for those teams complaining now, as we had it for bad for years. Most of them have had one bad season and they're down the dumps. Thing is, though, that's the thing, you know, under the former owner, because I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to give the man airtime, but, you know, the 14 years he treated our club like shit. He used it as a cash cow just to make as much money as he could. He wanted us to finish 17th in the Premier League, so we stayed in the Premier League, so he made a shitload of money. And I'm so pleased that man's gone and gone. Never to be seen again. Not in Newcastle anyway. I shouldn't say it's never like Cundy, horrible man. Whether he gives us credit or not, we'll never like that awful man. No.
It must be
Stephen,
really killing him giving us credit.
yeah.
He can't stand us.
Don't feel sorry, and don't give us anything. Lewis says the challenge on Elliot Anderson should have been a red and a pen. As per usual, we get no pen. Oh, that was on Longstaff. Yeah, it should have been a penalty. I saw plenty of terrible fouls. The officials don't seem to care how obvious it looks. Clear bias at doing us. Yeah. As long as we win the games, and that's it. Joe Pedro agreement is in principle. Personal terms have been agreed and a long-term deal. Interesting. Jan says we'll win against Arsenal just to be spiteful. Yeah, absolutely, Jan. Definitely, mate. EK says, anyone see the bromance with Foreman with Willock and Isak blossoming, folks? I'm here for it. Yeah, it is. It's great, isn't it? And I think Wilson was giving Gordon a hug, wasn't he, as well, at the end of the game?
It's good to see him come on.
Yeah.
Because the ground was 3/4 empty. He didn't get much stick.
I'm gutted for Fabian Schär. His goal not to count. Yeah, I am as well, because it was a cracking goal, Lewis.
I mean, it's quite interesting when you think about that. Like, how much does Goodison hold? It's about 30,000, something like that.
Yeah.
But by the time Gordon came on, the Geordies outnumbered the Toffees 2-1 in the crowd because everyone else had gone.
Andrew says spot on Ashton. Stephen says Cundy's a cant. And I mistake, Lewis. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you were to give a man of the match, Rowley, who would you give as man of the match tonight? Or player of the match, as we are supposed to see now?
Well, it's still man of the match for me. I don't see why I have to say player of the match when it's only men playing.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Joe Linton because he's the one that sort of got us going, and to get the second goal as well. I thought that he was really good. Willett was good. Obviously, Wilson getting the goals. But I think that when we needed to battle in the first half to stamp our authority on the game, was Joel Linton was the key, and to get the timing of the goal was quite good. Contribution of the match goes to Isak, if there's a contribution of the match, because that was just wow.
Yeah,
that was just wow.
I definitely agree. Joe Linton man the match, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Ashton says somebody forgot how to spell Cundy and put a D instead of a T. Lewis says 39,414 is the capacity of Goodison Park. Yeah, and by the end it was only about 3,000 in there. Joe Linton says Lewis. Yeah, definitely. Big Joe says Lee. When people saying our green and white strip was unlucky, does not mean we've broken the curse. We have now, Ashton. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah. There are quite a few people in our WhatsApp group saying, "Oh, we're playing in the green and white, the Saudi strip."
Alan says, the fat man literally drained all of our hopes out of you, and as it was a say to remain and pre and promote this sports crop. That's why it's so good now, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't say his name, Alan. Sorry, I can't. I just find it a swear word. Sorry, Alan. EK says Jason Cundy every time he speaks, give me a hernia. He sounds like a London Dalek with a Windows XP brain. Classmate, class.
Oh, dear.
And that is just absolutely brilliant. I mean, that comment's brilliant. I mean, what does Ten Hag make of it? Oh, he likes it as well, Ten Hag. So there you go. Eric Ten Hag's quite impressed with your comment. Don't know how Harry Maguire feels. He doesn't get it.
No.
Oh, you got to have a bit of fun. Lewis says he's Brazilian, only costs 40 million. Think he's effing brilliant. He's Joe Linton, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a mag, and we owe this to Keith Patterson and the cat case. You're correct there, Stephen. Absolutely, mate. I mean, Keith, he's a great guy. I've met Keith a few times. Lovely guy. Every time I see Keith, he always gives me a hug. But he's a fantastic guy, is Keith. Him and his mate getting together and sorting this out. Yeah, we wouldn't have had this takeover. And I believe, yes, I know there's a lot of people say it's down to the piracy and we paid this money off, but the cat case, for what came out in just that little hearing, was a tip of the iceberg, especially at the point where Daniel Jowl, who was acting for Newcastle United, or St James's Holdings, turned around and said the Premier League wanted to have us chucked out of the Premier League because we wanted to take this into a cat case. So I think the Premier League
shut themselves.
Maybe got in touch with Behind Sports and said, look, can you not come to some arrangement with Saudi Arabia and get a payment from them and just end it there and then so we can put the shit through? Because if not, if this goes a full cat case, the whole lot would have been exposed, and there would have been people getting knocked up at 4 o'clock in the morning from the old bill. You're nicked, off you come. Glazer, I'm from Glazer. Yeah, come on, mate, you'll come with us down to Salford Station. Daniel Levy, come on, you'll come with us now. They would have been all up. They were all up into their necks, up into it.
Yeah,
they were all up to their neck in it.
Forget the Henry guy at Liverpool.
Yeah, Richard Mosses would have been getting a knock on his door. And when that takeover went through, Gary Hoffman failed his job and had to leave because up until Gary Hoffman came in, there were no red flags. That takeover was going through. Once Gary Hoffman entered the building as Premier League chairman, the red flags started appearing.
Just a question for you, Tony.
Yeah?
If it had gone through before Hoffman took over, would they have got Rafa in as a manager?
I think they would have. I really think we would have, yeah.
And would we be doing as well as we are now?
We can't say because we don't know, because that was then, but this is now. But the thing is, the thing with Gary Hoffman, what I was going to say was, he then put his 3-month resignation notice in because he knew he'd failed. But not only that, there was an investigation into Gary Hoffman because he's one of the heads of Monza Bank. And there was some problems going on with money laundering and things like that. And so some people say that was another reason why he sort of left the Premier League, because there was trouble at the top end of Monza Bank and police were investigating it. So, but nothing's come of it now. So I don't know whether it's all been sorted or whether it was a misunderstanding or whatever, because, Monza Bank still trades. So I don't know. Maybe it was just, but yeah. Very interesting. Plus, when he was in charge of Barclays, he was the one who screwed Manda Stavely over because she got them a big deal in Dubai, and Barclays was supposed to have paid Amanda a certain amount of money, and she didn't get it because he screwed her over. So all interesting stuff. Lewis says Keith Downey for Sky says he's getting his passport sorted out ready for Europe. Nice one, Keith.
That's good advice for anybody that's for next season.
EK says when you rip off Ten Hag's masks, it's Ollie with a Dutch accent. Foxy says, I don't mind Gundy. He's one of the very few in the media that knows Newcastle are to be feared. He dislikes all the teams that are a threat long term to Chelsea. We should take that as a compliment. Yeah, why not?
Fair point.
Lewis says, we'll all be getting the European Tour or European Tour or European Tour. Yeah. Isak is a massive player, still in progress. Yes, he is, Jan. Absolutely correct, mate. Cat case, Thursday, takeover approved by the Saturday. Yeah. No, cat case was a Wednesday, wasn't it? It was a Wednesday.
It wasn't quite that quick, but it was very quick. I mean, it was within 48 hours of the beIN Sport being sorted, it went through.
What the rumour was, the cat case was on the Wednesday, and then, because I was off work that day and I watched the whole case, I heard all the crap come out that lawyer's arse from the Premier League. And as soon as Daniel Giles started saying stuff, he didn't know what to say to it. He just couldn't answer the questions. He was totally stumped. And you've got to look at it. Daniel Giles, one of the top barristers in this country of anti-competition. So when the guy said, I'm going to make a judgment, I think when he's gone away, the head guy of the cat case, I think what he's done is he's gone away and then he's gone to the Premier League and said, oh, this is going to a full hearing, a full public hearing. And that's when Richard Masters' arse has started twitching, going, oh, shit, I'm going to get arrested now. That's me stuffed. And the same with Hoffman as well. So, obviously, that's how we got the takeover through, but the takeover went through a week later. Because they knew they couldn't stop the takeover unless they wanted this to go the full hog. And if it had, they would have been well and truly stuffed, you know. And I mean, remember, Gary Hoffman and Hairy Hands, Richard Keys, they're both the best of mates because they both go to Coventry. They've got season tickets to Coventry City, you know. So they're up to each other's backsides, them two are. So no wonder Hairy Hands had his say on things. And he's another one that's just, can't stand the bloke. Lewis says, I was at St. James's when it went through that, when we would never leave. Yeah, absolutely, Lewis, brilliant. And Stephen says, Hoffman, chairman in Northern Rock, and lost his bonus. Yeah, because they went tits up as well, didn't they, Northern Rock? Yeah. Because I remember when they went tits up and I was at that game. I can't remember which game it was. No, was it the Man U game? It was the Man U game. And we became Virgin Money. And the player shirts had to be redone at the last minute and had Virgin Money put on. And I think at the time, you could take your shirt in the club shop and they'll put Virgin Money over the top of Northern Rock for you. Gary says, I heard from somewhere that every top job, Hoffman, large sums of money went missing, lads. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's a dodgy bloke. Richard Keys, he's probably snoring keys. Yeah, I mean, it's just... But anyway, I mean, what's been a great night tonight? I mean, again, we've seen another performance. It was absolutely awesome tonight. Again, we are scoring for fun. If we can keep this up till the end of the season, winning every game, it's just absolutely fantastic. And, as the old favourite song was, there ain't no stopping us now. There certainly isn't any stopping us now because we're only going one way. The only way is up, says Yazoo. And before we do leave off, I'm going to put up the Premier League table. So I think everybody will be happy about seeing the Premier League table on here tonight because absolutely brilliant. Right, let me get that off for you now. So there we are. Newcastle United, 32 played, 17 wins, 11 draws, 4 defeats. 58 goals scored, 26 conceded. Still got the best defence in the league. 32 is the plus goal difference. Man U's goal difference is only plus 9. So we got an extra 23 on top. Technically, that's another point.
Yeah.
Tottenham are 8 points behind us in 5th, as are Villa in 6th. Tottenham's played a game more than us. They've only got 5 games left. I can't see Tottenham getting in there. That's why I'm saying I think if we get the 68 points, I think it's looking less likely for Tottenham to get in that top 4. And if you look at it, out of those big 6, there's only 2 of them above us. The rest are below. Man United, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea. So, and if you want to have a look at the bottom of the table, I mean, it's a long way down. I mean, good job you ain't got vertigo in it. Because Everton's right down there. Look at that. I mean, 50 goals conceded, 25 scored, the lowest in the Premier League, lowest scorers. Southampton are 6 points adrift. Add their goal difference in, that's probably another point. So they're probably 7 points adrift. Southampton would have to win games to get out of that, and I can't see Southampton doing it. In my opinion, Southampton have gone. I think Everton may follow. But I could see Leeds dropping into that as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like Forest to stay up because it'll be the first season, as far as I'm aware, in the Premier League where all 3 promoted clubs have stayed up.
Yeah.
Because Bournemouth, I mean, obviously Fulham are definitely up. I think with 36 points, I think Bournemouth are safe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they'll pick up a few more points this season, but I think 36 is going to be enough. Forest, though they're still in trouble, they're picking up points. Great win last night. I think they've still got to play Southampton. So they can beat them. And the thing about, they lost to Liverpool at Anfield, but they had a go.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they'll do for the remaining games. I can see them picking up maybe 5 or 6 points in their final 5 games.
Who, Forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that should be enough to keep them up, Just.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. But the table looks beautiful, and it's just great that way, not having to worry about the bottom end of the table.
Yeah, it's been a long time, hasn't
it? Stephen says great times ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lewis says the next Premier League chief is a Spurs fan. I want Amanda to buy Spurs 2 fingers and said F you. Yeah, they did. I mean, that was Daniel Levy. He wanted the Saudis there, and they said no chance, not with the debt Spurs are in. We are moving right up now. Yep, we are. Yeah. Are you going to do player ratings or a man of the match? We've done we could do a quick player ratings, or I could leave that till tomorrow. I don't know.
Leave it to tomorrow. I've got an idea that we can do as well.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. The player ratings tomorrow, and then
it's a bit late now as well.
Yes,
I think we also ought to do a team rating for each half, an overall rating for the team.
That Premier League table is beautiful. When we're at the top of it in the Champions League spot, absolutely. Yeah. Lewis says Chelsea can still get relegated. That's bonkers. Yeah, I don't think Chelsea will go down though, because there's too many teams at the bottom have got to play each other. So that's why Chelsea are safe. I'm getting a nosebleed this high up, says Lewis. Ashton says, would be hilarious if Chelsea got relegated, especially after Cundy they wanted us relegated after the takeover.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Ashton says, who do you think gets relegated? Right. Now, I'm changing my mind again because I did see Leicester, Southampton and Everton. I'm now seeing Southampton, Everton, and I'm going to say Leeds United. Who do you see is going down, Rolly?
Southampton, Everton. I think I've got to agree with you. I think Leeds might just drop into it because they can't keep a clean sheet. They can't stop teams scoring.
Yeah.
And that's going to really hurt them. Still going to be tight.
Yeah.
But I think Forest have got enough about them to get the required points at home.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Leicester are starting to show a little bit of their quality, the quality of the players. But it's between those four, I think, 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah.
That for the last, Leicester, Forest, Leeds will be in one of those 3 for the last of the bottom 4 places, bottom 3 places, and Southampton and Everton.
Yeah.
I mean, Everton, they huff and puff and they throw themselves around without actually really doing anything.
Stephen says the cartel's broken forever and toffee apples are gone. Love it. Gary D says we did Nottingham Forest a massive favour tonight, lads. Yeah, we did. I mean, the only reason I want Forest to, I've got a couple of mates who are Forest fans, and I just think, it would be nice for them to stay up, wouldn't it?
And it's also nice with the 3 promoted clubs staying.
Yeah. Alan says, good night. I'm off to watch the goals. Only seen once. Had to take the dog out at the end of the match. I think Chelsea are just safe, even if it don't get another point 13. Yeah, I think they are as well.
Yeah.
Brilliant short night, lads. Thank you very much indeed, Lee. David says, can you hear the Champions League theme? I can. Yeah, we can, can't we? The champion.
I can hear the band tuning up for it.
Definitely Southampton, Leeds and Everton, says Lewis. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think it could be those 2.
Thumbs up. Jordan Pickford against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. That would be live on TV. I don't think he'll be at Everton next season if they go down. I think
he won't. He'll go. I mean,
beat Man United.
Though we take the piss out of him for having tiny arms, he is actually a good goalkeeper.
He is, yeah. Leeds and Everton, I want them to go down. I can't stand them, says EK. Absolutely. I agree. Leeds have been awful lately. Yeah, they have. Ashton says, last away game at Everton, we have got them back this time. Next time, to get Leeds back after our last draw, they didn't deserve, absolutely. But we beat them down at Ellen Road last year, so why not this season again? Lewis says, Everton in the new stadium, the Championship. Oh, what a shame, not.
Oh, blast.
Who cares for relegation? It won't be us, says Stephen. Absolutely, Stephen. It's just great for us to be able to watch it from afar. Shelby not looking too popular at Forest at the minute. No, he isn't, Ashton, because he was on the he was put on the bench and he didn't like it, so he just said, he had to go to Steve Cooper, didn't he? And Steve Cooper did the right thing and said, well, don't bother travelling. Great show, again, new legend, says EK. Thank you very much indeed. Lewis says, good night, everyone. I'm heading out. What, you're not going clubbing, are you, Lewis? Paul says, Southampton, Everton, Leicester to go down for me. Yeah, that's not a bad I mean, yeah, Leicester, it could be. I mean, Leicester's got a horrible running, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm in 2 minds who will go down. But whoever goes down, it's going to be a very interesting end to the season, that's for sure. Yeah. But as I say, we ain't involved in that. We're involved in a bigger battle at the top end of the table rather than the bottom end.
Long may that
the tables have turned. Literally. We're at the opposite end of the spectrum now, rather than the bottom end. Ashton says, can't see much chance of Southampton. They look even more depressed than Everton. Yeah, they do. And the thing is,
one of the joys of the game tonight is when we scored and the camera pans on the Everton faces all glum.
The thing is, Southampton's ground looks a bit like Sunderland's ground, doesn't it? So they'll have twins in the Championship. Lewis says, unfortunate, don't drink alcohol. I'm just drinking loads of Coke Zero. Not good for keeping me awake, but I don't effing care at the minute because we're going to qualify for the Champions League. Nice one, Lewis. Stephen says, today was a good day. Enjoy and keep the faith. Great stream and good night. Good night to you, Stephen. We're the big boys now, says Lee.
Yes, we
Yeah,
are.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely, we are. We are the big boys. Andrew says the team photo is out. Yeah, a bit late for that, Andrew, aren't you? We already had that up, mate. There you go. Look, there you go. Team photo. We had that up earlier on the show, but you mustn't have been on at the time when we put that one up.
It's tiny changing them, looking them, isn't it?
It looks very small, doesn't it? Yeah, very tiny and porky, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, I suppose it fits their mentality.
Ashton says, so the Everton fans waving their arms about the sides was hilarious, shouting abuse, no doubt. Yeah. I'm calling it's going to be called the Big Seven now, says Lewis. I was looking on another window, says Andrew. Right, okay. Looking through a window or looking at another window? I think I know what you mean anyway, Andrew. Just kidding, mate. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm just going to ask Raymond Illingworth how many he thinks we're going to score against Southampton. Oh, 6. You think 6, do you? Yeah, okay, mate. Well, okay then. I was 12 twice. But yeah, you got to have a bit of fun on here, haven't you, as well? But if you like what you see, then please smash that like, because still got 28 watching. If you haven't smashed that, I've got 29 watching now. If you haven't smashed that like, please do so on the way out. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, and hit the subscribe for it, you do so. Helps the channel grow. Bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record, or any upcoming shows. And another comment in. Lewis says, Everton away, changing room looks like a school gym changing room.
Yeah.
Ashton says 7-0 against Southampton, hopefully. Let's hope so. Right, Rolly, do you want to let people know where they can find you before we head off?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Pol67.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Rolly. Ian says, great result, guys. Great show. Good night, everyone. Good night to you as well, Ian. Have a nice evening, mate. And, we can all go to bed and dream about how well Joe Linton scores and how Callum Wilson's scoring and Isak's doing. It's just great, isn't it? Have black and white dreams. Lewis says, I want double figures, Ashton. And Ashton says, good night, lads. Good night to you as well, Ashton. So you can find me down there at TonyTony31 on Twitter. Follow me and I'll follow you back. I'm on the same on Twitch, same handle. We are back tomorrow. We'll have the match review tomorrow, so we'll have more in-depth look at it tomorrow. And we'll do the player ratings tomorrow as well. So do join us for that. That will probably be around about 7 p.m. So, yeah, so keep an eye out for that one for 7 p.m. I'll be back in the morning with my usual daily pod. So keep an eye out for that in the morning. That should be a good pod in the morning. Andrew says, thanks, lads. Great chat. See you soon.
Thanks,
See
Andrew.
you soon, Andrew. Ashton says, I want 4 hat-tricks on Sunday. Good night, everyone, says Lewis. Good night to you as well, Lewis. All it leaves me to say is, well, it's been fantastic. The performance tonight was absolutely awesome. So absolutely brilliant. So it's a good night from me.
That's a good night from me.
I just heard the yawn come out of Rolly there, so obviously Rolly's ready for bed.
Yeah.
But
the adrenaline's weren't worn off and I'm distracted.
We will see you tomorrow. How are the lads?